Hi guys, Adam here. Today I'm reviewing a Suzuki Swift Sport Mark II. So this is also known as a Z32S. This is the second generation. Comes with 126 horsepower, 136 horsepower. Today we got it in this red colour, Kumho Escta Sport Tyres. And yeah, today I'm just going to talk a bit about this car and how I think it's a bit underrated. So I got this car for around £2,000, which I think for the budget you can't really get anything closer than that. It's got xenon headlights, it's 4 seats. I'll show you the interior shortly, but I think the shape itself is pretty nice. It's got big discs all round. However, there's a bit of an issue with the rear disc, the rear caliper like to seize. But other than that, it's pretty good. Mine's not the perfect bodywork wise, but I'll show you the boot. Boot is somewhat spacious. I mean, you could fit your grocery shopping, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's a hatchback. You're not really going to expect lots of space. I think it looks pretty nice in this red colour. It comes in black, blue, I think grey. It's like some special gold edition. I'm just going to sit inside so the wind doesn't pick up here. As you see, it's keyless entry, both sides, which for 2000, this starts from 2012 and ended in 2017. So I think this is pretty good for its year. It's got 6 gears. It's Bluetooth. This navigation I'll talk about shortly. It's not navigation, it's just Bluetooth. It's got plenty of space. Like I said, it's got electric folding mirrors, but mine for some reason doesn't fold when you close. I think that's pretty normal. It's got cruise control, it's got hands off right here, and it's got plenty of space. Glove box, not that much space. At the back, I mean, it's not the most spacious, but I've had 3 people in this car going from Scotland to England, so I guess if we can fit that many people, then it's not bad. And I've had people said that it's actually pretty spacious at the back. So, but it's a 3-door, so it comes in a 5-door and a 3-door. So this is a 3-door model, and so that means it's going to be a bit of a faff getting in and out. The one problem I do have is when you put this up to get in and out, once, let's say someone gets in the back, you put this up and you close it, and it resets to this position. It doesn't go back to the position you were at before. So it's a bit annoying, you have to adjust it every time you close and enter it. But other than that, I guess I'll show the engine bay. Why not? I mean, it's not much to see, but so yeah, just a normal engine really. It's quite easy to work in, to be honest. So if anyone's a DIY mechanic at home, then this would be good. Where did my dipstick go? Okay, well, that's something I've got to find out for another day. I've lost my dipstick. I'm gonna have to see. Did not expect that, to be honest. What can you get for £2,000? This has 136 horsepower. It's not really, you can't really tune it or anything. So if you're looking for aftermarket options, I don't think this is for you. So it's got Bluetooth. It's a bit annoying connecting to Bluetooth first time. After you connect it first time, it's pretty simple. So here I am in the Scottish, I guess you could say this is kind of the Highlands, and I'll be taking it for a little test drive. Couple pockets here. In some countries there's parking sensors, but I don't think there's any in the UK. It's got nice buckets, but I have had complaints that if you're a bit broad, it's quite like your back kind of hits the sides, but for me it's perfect. I don't really get flung around as well, so I guess it depends if you're a big guy or not. This is not as far back as it goes. This is as far back as it goes. Lots of room at the roof as well, and lots of room if you have long legs. I feel like if you're 6 foot you could easily fit in this. Okay, so let's just start going for a drive now, and I'll talk more about this car. One thing is this pillars are quite obstructing here. Very warmed up the car, so I guess we'll just losing traction there. Could be, it's a little bit wet right now. But after 4k revs, it's not bad. It's actually pretty decent. It weighs 1050 kilogram curb weight, so for 136 horsepower, I think it's good enough. I mean, you could remap it and get extra 15 horsepower, but what's the point in that? 400 pounds just to get 15, which to be fair, it'll probably feel a lot in this car. It's decent for heel and toe, but you can't do, like, you can't go like this heel and toe. You got to actually like heel and toe like that. That's, I guess, one complaint. But I feel like most cars are like that now. Some cars you can't even heel and toe. B-road, this is pretty much all you need to have fun. Brakes are quite sharp. The gears are pretty long, so you can take third gear basically all around this back road. Don't need change to second or fourth. This is pretty perfect, especially for a road like this. Turns everywhere. Revs to 7 and a bit thousand, and the chassis is just, you turn and you go. I've not experienced understeer once yet in this car since I've owned it for the last few months. Just perfect. Suspension is pretty stiff as well, which, I mean, I was up fourth the entire time. I thought I was in third, so I guess you don't need shift past fourth. Kumho tyres are gripping pretty well. I didn't want to buy anything like Michelin or Pilot Sports because I feel like if you're buying a car with this budget, you're not going to really want to spend £130 on tyres. So back end kind of kicked out a bit. It's one thing, I think this car, even though it's four-wheel drive, it doesn't really feel like it. The back sometimes comes out, it doesn't really understeer. The back end kind of kicked out a little bit. Very tight turns here. Gonna be going now. That was a little bit of spirited driving. Pretty well. The suspension, like I was saying, is a bit stiff, so I guess for spirited driving is good. Getting over the bumps, you don't really feel it, but if you're just going day to day, I have noticed that it's a bit too stiff. Like you start to feel it when you go over potholes and stuff. But I'm not sure if my suspension's been changed or this is stock. But yeah, that's one complaint I have. It's a bit stiff. Even though online people say it's not bad, for me, people say it's more soft than stiff, but for me, I think for a city, especially in Glasgow area where there's a lot of potholes, it's quite stiff. Average around 40 mpg, I would say. I said 30 mpg, but that was just me driving here, so it's not really city driving. But if you drive like a normal person, you could probably get around 35, 36. It says 40 mpg on the computer, but in reality it's around about 35. The thing's a bit off. So as you see, fourth gear, 2000 is a bit gutless. Go third gear. Then when you get past 4K, that's when you start to feel it a little bit. It's VVTi engine, so I guess it's a bit like VTEC a little bit. I'm not saying it is. But yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like $2,000. Like you could probably pick one up not for $2,000. I got a pretty good deal on mine, but maybe $4,000. And this is quite a lot of car. I mean, it's manual. It feels like kind of like an enthusiast car. I know it's not really an enthusiast car, but it feels like one a little bit. It feels like if the MX-5, I know it's going to sound a bit stupid, but if the MX-5 was a front-wheel drive hatchback, that's what it feels like. It's actually a bit quicker than the MX-5. It's got a 0 to 60. Oh, that's me in the wrong gear. 0 to 60 in 8.4 seconds official figures, but lots of people say this feels like a mid-7s. I'm not really testing it myself, I probably should have, but yeah, I'll probably get 7.5 seconds. That's what people are saying online. So you stay in the higher gears, like I started at 4, so you don't really feel much at all until you get to 4,000 revs. Once you get to 4,000 revs, it starts to kick in. So I guess it's good in the sense, like if you're just driving around town, then it's gonna be pretty good for you. So let's talk about the other cars that you could probably get for around the price of this. ST150, which I feel like is just too outdated compared to this. Like this has got all you basically need. It's got cruise control, Bluetooth. You could just always swap out the head unit, but I feel like it's a bit outdated. This is, I feel, a lot more modern compared to that. You got Twingo RS as well, which is pretty decent, but I feel like Twingo RS is quite small. So as you can hear, Japanese car, so the paint is very thin. You can hear all the salt hitting my car. So if you're looking to buy one, I would definitely check for rust. The rust is the main, for all Japanese cars really, rust is the main thing you want to look out for. Other problems are the rear caliper stick. Mine actually, when I bought it sticked, and then I was getting really bad MPG, but once I fixed it, the rear calipers were a lot better. MPG was a lot better as well, because it was sticking on obviously. I think this car just, for these roads, you don't even want any more power than this, in my opinion. You just be braking. This car you don't need brake as much, you can just turn in. see if I can turn around somewhere. So if you're driving on a motorway, unfortunately I will not be able to get, maybe I'll get some footage of me driving in the motorway, but if I don't, then I will say driving in the motorway at 70 is pretty good. It's pretty decent. I mean, 70 is good. If you go higher than 70, there's a lot of wind buffeting, so it's a bit loud, but I like to just chill at 70, cruise control on. For some reason the MPG actually gets worse when you drive in a motorway at 70. I only got about 40 MPG driving, well technically 40 MPG on a computer, driving around here, driving around the motorway from Scotland to Manchester. So take that into account. If you do long road trips often, this might not be the car for you. You might want something a bit more refined. This is pretty refined as it is, but something with a bit less squeaks and rattles. This in the dashboard has got a couple, especially when you hear hit bumps. So compared to the first generation, obviously this has a 6-speed. It's a lot more, I would say, refined. Like I said before, I don't want to overuse that word, but the interior is a lot better. If you look at the interior of the last generation compared to this, there's a night and day difference. The last generation ended in 2011, so it was a bit outdated. I don't even think it has Bluetooth. Still not used to heel and toe yet. I feel it's pretty hard to. I'm not really the master of heel and toe, so I only started learning when I got this car late last year, so and I have to forgive me for that. Insurance on this will be pretty cheap compared to like a Fiesta SD, because Fiestas are known as those boy racer cars that get stolen quite often. I think they're one of the most, Fiestas in general, they're one of the most stolen cars. So insurance will be a lot cheaper on this. Plus it's only a 1.6, which is not bad. So as I touched on earlier, aftermarket support, there's not really any. There's one company called CTC Performance, which they do all Suzuki stuff, so if you want exhaust and stuff you could order from them. But other than that, there's a couple Japanese companies. Like this car is pretty popular in Japan compared to here, so you have a choice of importing a lot of things, but then you got import fees, so for a budget car it's not really worth it to spend like extra couple hundred just for budget import fees, sorry. So CTC exhaust would be the one. Also an area down south called Ridley Remaps, which they also remapped this car. But to be honest, unless you're planning to keep this car long term, I wouldn't really remap it, unless you really need the performance. If you're going on track or something, you won't really need the remap. Not really going to feel that much of a difference. Ooh, that was close. Other trucks getting down here. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that thing. Find a good deal on the $3 grand, $4 grand, second car, or maybe even first, not really gonna go wrong with a car like this. It's got more than enough power around wee roads. Maybe around, you're not gonna win a race in a straight line, but who cares about how fast it is in a straight line. You can wait for that when you're a bit older and insurance is a bit cheaper, but I'm just going to drive back to the car park, show a quick 360, and then that'll be me done. I know the title might say hot hatch, but I wouldn't call this a hot hatch, I'll say maybe warm hatch. I mean, it's not that quick. I mean, if it was a Fiesta ST3, you'd probably lose, but just one of those fun cars. You can get manual. Manual's quite notchy, which some people like to complain about. For me, I kind of like it. I like the notch, but there's a common problem with the gear linkages that I like to come off, and then so you might be driving, you can't go in any gear at all, and you might think, oh no, my gearbox is gone, but it's like a £50 part. You just take this center console off and you just pop it on, and that's it. One thing I will say is that the flywheel is quite light, so if you're driving in the city and you're changing 1 to 2, 2 to 3, you gotta be quick with it, or else you'll jerk, or you have to be very slow getting the clutch out. That was a good healing tool there. Mine's got a little bit of a gearbox whine, you can hear it. Mainly in first you can hear it because you're a bit slower. Don't know if that's normal, but it's there. I think it sounds pretty cool, to be honest. It sounds like a race car with like straight cut gears. Not gonna brake here. Just put your foot down. Not planning on changing. Take the foot off, and then just turn in, basically. Not the driest conditions, so car's a bit got less traction than normal. My steering rack has a bit of a knock, so steering might not be as good as one with a good steering rack. But for me, it feels pretty direct. Moving a little bit, you can see the car move. I mean, I'm going at higher speeds, but you get the point. It's pretty good. Steering goes. Steering wheel feels good. Like, it's thick. It's got nice leather around it. Steering is pretty light steering, so I guess if you're pushing it around track you might not like that, but if you're going around city, it's pretty good. Easy to park. car's coping well, especially with the up and down of the country roads. It's doing pretty good. Still feel where it needs to go. There's a lot better lanes. I can actually stay in my lane. Now you guys may be commenting. Why you're going in and out. Those lanes are way too small. Might not see on camera, but it is way too small. That was a big bump. Did not expect that, but as you see, suspension is good. I'm just going to slow down here now just to calm down the tyres a little bit. It's got AC, pretty cold AC I will say. Don't know what else to really add. This is my first video, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Just a quick little announcement. So this is my first video on the channel. If anyone lives in Glasgow or the surrounding areas and would like me to try their car, please leave a message in the comments section, or I've got an email down below. Thanks guys. This is it for the Swift Sport. I'll rate it a good 6 or 7 out of 10.